Yeah. All right. You can get that. You can get
Yeah.
that. All right. I'm gonna jump in, and I'm gonna kind of move quickly so that we can just really kind of chat. But well, whoops. Hold on a second. Uh, let me. All
Can
right.
you introduce yourself, or is that part of?
I will be happy to introduce myself. Um, I am Pam Cross, and I run the Writing Center here. Uh, Hold on a second. Did I share right?
Yes, we can see.
All right. All right. So this is my little presentation here. Have I? Can you see that? You see
Yeah, if
everything?
you go to the bottom right, you see it looks like a little projector. It's down, your arrows getting close next to the minus sign on the left of the minus sign. That, what? To the right,
Whoops.
that one.
There
You
we
go.
go. All right. So that's whoopsie. So this is just a little fun PowerPoint here. So one of our mottos is bring your own brain, about how to use the tutoring center. I'm Pam Cross. That's my dog who is in heaven now, but that's a great picture of her, so I thought I'd keep that. And this squirrel as a metaphor is what we like to see. You see that squirrel? Can you see that? I don't know if you can. You see that she is like, like nose to nose with my big dog, and really curious and not afraid at all. And that's kind of how we'd like you to come to the tutoring center. Don't be afraid of the big dog. The big dog is, you know, friendly. So, um, so which is the better message? Go to the tutoring center or work with a tutor? What do you think? It's all about nouns and verbs. So on this version, go to the tutoring center. It's about the journey just to get to this place, right? This one is about what happens when you get here. You're going to work with a tutor. And we're all about collaborative learning. And this is a picture from the Math Center, with back in the normal times, which we'll talk about in a minute. But it's all about, talking with a tutor, saying what's going on, what do you need, being proactive. So Mike, said he needed some help with Chicago style. If you were going to be like the ideal student, Mike, you would have already looked up Chicago style, right? And Shayla, I think you said you wanted some help with APA style, right? You would have already kind of looked that up and taken some agency in your own education. Lots of students don't come in like that. Lots of students come in and say, yeah, you said something about APA style. I don't know what that is, so I figured you'll tell me all that. And you can definitely do that, but that's not the ideal way to live. So in normal times, we are located in J Wing, in the J105 suite. We've got large rooms. We've got a computer lab. First year studies faculty members' offices are here. So, it's a lively hopping place in normal times. This is a photo from normal times. We are all missing normal times. Oops. Also in normal times, we have tutoring in the evening over at the TRLC and the Lakeside Lounge. And both math and writing tutors are available from Sunday through Thursday evenings, 7 to 9. I'll get to that. Plus the library in Atlantic City. And I'm talking about these things, even though they're not happening right now, because they will happen again soon, we hope, maybe next semester. We have evening tutoring in the library, on-site tutoring, and we hope to be back there. But virtual tutoring is not that bad. And, a lot of us were surprised at how well it's going. We had to go virtual in the middle of the semester, last semester, of course, as everybody did. And we used Zoom, and it worked pretty well. And we're offering it via Zoom, and our hours are weekdays 9:30 to 5, Friday 9:30 to 2, and we do have evening tutoring. Sunday through Thursday, 6 to 9 instead of 7 to 9. So we've actually added a little time in there. No appointments are needed. You can just click in, but I will have a little caveat to that for the folks who want tutoring in a specific subject, like Calc 2 or like chemistry, but we'll get there. And you just jump in anytime, all right? These are the folks who work there. Our professional staff is me. It's Luis Pena, who runs the Math Center. Lauren Fonseca, who works specifically with students with any special needs or circumstances. So if you're here today and you have anxiety, or you have a learning difference, or you're hearing impaired, or you're a non-traditional student and you've been out of school for a bit, whatever is different for you. Maybe you're a parent and you're juggling work and home and childcare. Lauren Fonseca is specifically charged with helping folks. And Eddie Horan, who helps train the tutors, and he also works specifically with graduate students. We have Lauren Rivera, who runs our office, and of course, we have tutors, both math and writing tutors, most of whom are undergraduate students. We've had some graduate students over the years, and we have a few folks who work in the Math Center who are recent graduates. Oops. Now, why doesn't that want to move for me?
I think if you click the arrow
I am clicking the arrow.
on your computer, your keypad.
My keypad arrow.
Does that work?
All right. I want to talk about the Math Center first, which it's kind of poor. I don't want to say it's poorly named because it's a nice, quick math center, but it's really a mathy center. So they provide tutoring for a wide range of Q1 and Q2 courses. So chemistry and physics, computer science, economics, and I will take you there. We welcome students from all level classes, first year studies to advanced senior seminars, and more on the Math Center. Students can pop in, ask a quick question about a problem on their homework, or they can stay a while, get more substantial help with concepts, applications, all kinds of stuff. In person, the math tutors kind of circulate between tables. And in Zoom rooms, you kind of go in breakout rooms, in Zoom calls, go in breakout rooms, and there might be a chemistry room going on, there might be a biology room, there might be a statistics room. And let's go to there. So if I click on this, I hope it'll work. The easiest way to get into the Math Center is just go to our homepage and type in tutor. And the first hit is us. And so we've redone our web page for these virtual times. And you could, if we clicked on here, we would go right in. But let me just back up a little bit and look at the search by specialty. So the Math Center, any of you guys in biology classes or biochem? I'm going to go down the list and holler when you see a course that is something you need, you want. Did you say you were in Chem 1, Shayla, or Chem for Life Sciences?
I'm in chemistry, like general studies, so like Chem 1, yeah.
All right, so you're in Chem 1. These are the Chem tutors. I know Stephanie and I know Lydia, and they're both wonderful. Alex and Kathleen are probably wonderful too. I just don't know them. But if you wanted to see, so if we click on Lydia, we get a picture of Lydia, and we also get her schedule, and you can see that her schedule, she's here a lot. And you want to look and see if any of these times fit. So now, am I talking to Natalie or Shayla?
Natalie.
Okay, Natalie. So
yeah.
Do any of these times fit your schedule?
Yeah, I mean, they're like all day, so.
Yeah, they're pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you, what you would do in real time is click into the Math Center and say, yeah, hi, I need some chemistry help. And Lydia might be already working with other students in your class. She might be available right there and then. And you can take it from there. If occasionally we get busy, and so if you feel like you didn't get your questions asked, you answered, you say to Lydia, when are you here again? That's usually not that crowded, but we haven't really gotten crowded in the Math Center yet this semester. We much, in real time, in real normal times. But if we go back to search by specialty. So anybody in some math classes right now? No, nobody's in a math class? Oh, America.
Taking algebraic problem solving.
Oh, excellent. So you can see all of these tutors who can help with algebraic problem solving. So pretty much anytime you go in, you're going to be able to get help with that. But there are some classes that are a little bit more like, okay, if you are a math major in complex analysis, there's only one tutor who can tutor that. So you want to, click on her schedule and find out. But you can see the list is going down and down and down. So I don't want to waste time here if nobody else is needing a math tutor, but let me go back to
And there
yeah.
is a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Is there chemistry to organic chemistry?
Let's go back there. Chemistry 2. That's organic chemistry, right?
Yes.
And Lydia, Alex, and Kathleen. So Lydia, we've already clicked on her. We saw that she's here a lot. And Alex too. And you know what? Tutors, they're human beings. So everybody seems to click with Lydia, honestly. My son graduated from Stockton, and he was not a natural chemist. And he credits Lydia with just absolutely, getting him that B- that he has framed. So and he went a lot, and he was really happy with that B-. If you're, most of us have our courses that we feel good in, and a B- would feel like a letdown, and then we have our courses that we will take anything that is a C or above, and we can certainly help with that. Unfortunately, the students least likely to show up for tutoring are sometimes those who are just feeling defeated. And so if that's you, and it's probably not you since you came to this, but if you know folks who are feeling defeated, get them to come see us. Let me go back to mine. So I just want to make sure that I forget anything. All the subjects tutored in the Math Center. Now, if you have questions or want to inquire about becoming a tutor for math or science or economics or statistics or computer science, my colleague and dear friend, Luis Pena, is who you would contact. And I'll give Anna this PowerPoint at the end. So now the Writing Center is where I work, and you can come in at any phase in the process. We loved helping students get started. And tutors can help understand an assignment, interpret comments from a faculty member. Now I say that most of the time because sometimes we're scratching our heads too, but that can be really useful. So if you come in and you got a comment from a faculty member that you really just do not understand, we have a faculty member who writes BTQ on papers. Do you know what that means? It means begging the question. Now, do you know what begging the question means? You may have heard that expression, right? So the student didn't know, the tutor didn't know. Together they Googled it, and they kind of figured it out. And then, the tutor was able to help address what the faculty member wanted. We can help prepare plans or outlines if that's what you need. Look over a first draft and assist with editing and proofreading. And how it work on Zoom. I'm the Writing Center coordinator, sorry about that. How it works on Zoom. You click in and you say hello, and a tutor's gonna go with you in a breakout room, and ask you to sign in. And that's really important. It should happen in the Math Center too, but I've neglected to say that. And the tutor is going to start with some questions for you. What are you working on? Can you share your screen? So if you come to the Writing Center on your phone and you don't have that capacity, we're going to ask you to go to a computer so that you can share your screen. Sometimes students think they're going to like give their paper over to a tutor, and that doesn't happen. Also, what feedback have you received from your faculty members so far in this class? Really important to know, what messages you've already received. What areas of concerns do you have? What do you hope to get out of this tutoring session? And you'll notice that these are all questions that get us to involve the student. And a really important question that only rookie tutors forget to ask is, when is this assignment due? Because and ideally it's due in a few days, not a few minutes. You should allow about 40 to 50 minutes for a session. If you need more time, we're going to encourage you to do some work on your own. And remember our motto of bring your own brain. You can always come back. One of the tutors is already talking to me about a student who just comes in, has been in every day this semester. She's a transfer from a community college, and she's feeling, I think, a little overwhelmed and just completely lacks confidence and wants help with every single sentence. That's not good for anybody. I am going to skip this. I'm going to skip a couple of these because I want to. Now, if you just need help with editing and punctuation, and we hear that a lot from students, we're going to encourage you to use Grammarly. And we have the premier version here at the Writing Center. It's not a substitute for tutoring. What we like to say, how many of you have used Grammarly? See some hands. You have it, and it's a decent tool, isn't it? Do you use, Shayla, do you use the free one or the premier one?
I used the free one, and I actually just downloaded it yesterday for a paper I handed in today.
Yeah, the free one isn't bad,
No.
but the premier one is better. And you get some good advice, but sometimes it's a tool, and like any tool, it's only as good as the person using it. So if the student says, I really just want help with editing, I'm sure I'm doing the assignment right, don't worry about me, I got my content, I know it's brilliant, I just need help with grammar and punctuation, we're gonna say go to Grammarly. And if I go there, so this is actually the Writing Center's Grammarly page, which I should probably clean up. And you would just copy and paste your document in there, and it'll give you feedback. But we don't want you to just say, okay, great, thanks Writing Center, and take off. We want you then to say, maybe you can talk to me about some of this feedback I'm getting. And so Grammarly always likes to tell you that you've got passive voice. And it always likes to criticize sentences that are too long or paragraphs that are too long. And I think the advice on Grammarly is usually really good, but I say usually. Sometimes, no, Grammarly, I want to do it this way. You're missing the point, especially if it's kind of a creative piece, because Grammarly is really set up for more kind of academic and business writing. It really started as a business writing tool. But anyway, it's good to know that is there, and it's a resource that you have access to if you come to the Writing Center. I want to talk about help with research, and this is from Mike. Help finding scholarly sources. And this is what, gosh, if you need help with research, please come early, because the most painful thing is when students come in and they think they've got it all finished, or they say this, I'm finished, I just have to put it in APA style. That's not the way the world works, that you do something first and then put it in. You do it as you go along. And then, so let's say we look at the assignment, and this is a faculty member who says you must use sources from peer-reviewed journals. and the student is got Time Magazine and New York Times and Washington Post and Uncle Jimmy's website. And some of those are credible sources. I don't know about Uncle Jimmy, but none of them were scholarly. And so you've done all this work, uh, and it's just a bad scene when the tutor has to. What we say is, you got to go back and talk to your faculty member because I don't think you did the assignment. And but we can help with that. APA, MLA, Chicago, these are the three most common styles that are assigned here at Stockton. The history program uses Chicago style. Education and the social sciences tend to use APA. Literature tends to use MLA, and then a few folks just cross over. They're not in that discipline, but they like a paper this way. And sometimes faculty have all kinds of weird hybrid ways of doing things. So we've got resources, and in the old days, we actually had books. I'm looking around, but I don't see a book because the old days are gone. But we can take you to online resources. We can talk about the tutors all know APA, MLA, and Chicago styles, and can help with that. APA style is the one that gives the most students the most headaches. It gives me headaches too. They change, and they also revise the standards all the time, just when you think you know how to do something. And it's challenging. So you can come and you can get help. And sometimes the tutors, they don't know the answer right off the bat, but they can help you look things up. It's a collaborative effort. And then you get more empowered. And if you're worried about plagiarism, and if you're not worried about plagiarism, please worry about plagiarism, because your faculty members are worried about plagiarism, and you can find yourself in some hot water if you plagiarize. But you haven't committed an act of academic dishonesty until you've turned it in. I have another typo there, to a faculty member. Just showing it to a tutor, even if the whole bloody thing is practically, you have what the tutor is going to say is, let me see the original and compare these two. And the tutor can say, it's like when you're driving on College Drive, and there's a police officer there, and you can flash your lights just to be friendly. Not that I would ever do that, or you would ever speed, but you're flashing those lights like, no, no, Mike, you can't turn this in, bro. And we can also talk about how to, what to do to avoid plagiarism. The big thing to do to avoid plagiarism is to read and understand what you're writing about. Too often students are sort of going back and forth between electronic texts and just kind of throwing other people's words in without going through the intellectual process of synthesizing. So it's often, when we see plagiarism, it is less a sign of moral failure and more a sign of inexperience. But let's go to the Writing Center now. And we're going to go in the exact same way, I think. And the first hit, and here we are. And the Writing Center is a little different. So all of the tutors in the Writing Center can help with what you're writing. And you might think, well, this is a science lab, so I'd really like to work with a biology major. Yeah, but not always. Sometimes having an audience that's not in the discipline is even better, because they can, and Dr. Rodriguez is nodding, because they can point out things that aren't clear to a general reader, and that's usually a good thing. If we go to meet the tutors, you can see that the tutors majors are here. And we do have a lot of literature majors, but we've got a physics major. We've got a math major. Zeb is a history major, and Mike actually, except Zeb is hardly working at all this semester. I would, for you, Mike, I would say go to Gabby. And there's Gabby, and she has goats as pets. Don't even. And she's also here a lot. She's here in the evening and in the daytime. Because Chicago, although I said that all the tutors can help with all the styles, Chicago is probably the least used of the three here at Stockton. I think APA is moving ahead of MLA. If you are doing a lab, we do have Roberto, who's a biology major. He's pre-veterinary. Oh, look, and there's a picture of that's a cool picture, isn't it? It looks like the cat is huge. But he's here Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays. And you can see our schedule. We try to have at least 2 tutors on at once. We did get some budget cuts this year, like everybody did. So we have 2 tutors on at once. If we get really crowded, we'll ask for more money, and they'll probably tell us no. But if you guys raise a stink, they're more likely to say yes. Whoopsie. If you want to become a writing tutor, I've sort of, in recent semesters, I have delegated this responsibility to my colleague Eddie Haran, who is on our professional staff here. And next semester, he's teaching a course called Writing Tutor Practicum, which is a training course for anybody who's interested in becoming a tutor. It's 4 credits. It's an upper level W1 class. You go, basically, you get recommended by a faculty member. And what we're looking for are folks who are good students, good writers, and nice people. Only nice people, please. And if that's,
how much? What's the hourly pay?
Well, one step at a time. The first semester is for credit, not for pay. So the first semester is a training semester where you will train on the job, but you're not getting paid. Occasionally, we will, if you're really a superstar, we'll bring you on as a paid tutor before the end of the semester. But usually the first semester is unpaid, and then we're hired at $12 an hour. So, and it's a great job to have on campus, both a math tutor and a writing tutor. Great, you're with a community of kind of nerdy, eccentric folks. You're helping other students, you're helping yourself. All the tutors say, I got so much better as a writer after I became a tutor. The course itself, you'll go over the rules governing standard written English. You'll go over the documentation styles, APA, MLA, Chicago. And you'll also go over a lot of, the interpersonal side, because tutoring's not editing. It's sitting down with somebody and collaborating. And so you'll learn, you'll talk about, cross-cultural communication. You'll talk about cross-gender communication. You'll talk about, some of the just how frustrating it can be for some students, and how scary it can be for some students to even come to the writing center. So this is Gracie, my dog, who sometimes comes in, and then some people like cats, so I'm giving you a cat. And that is the end of the quick, there are some questions in the chat. Oh, okay.
They've all been answered.
Oh, okay. Look at Dan's picture there.
I've noticed it.
It's a little eye candy for us all there, Dan. You know, like looks like a commercial for craft beer. Come drink with Dan. He's not going to. Yeah. See, this is I'm going a different way with my my video is disgracey.
No.
So, but I'll come back.
Does anyone have questions for Pam?
What didn't get answered, or what tell me some more about who you are, and is this your first semester at Stockton? Or if it's your first semester at Stockton, you know, use the, you know how to do the, if you go to reactions, you can, oops. Oh, sorry. I just got a text and a phone call at the same time. Can you do the raise your hand function? Where's that? I don't know.
Before that, I am going to drop a link in the chat for the assessment for this event. So the assessment really helps us get your impression of the event and helps us make it better next
Oh my God,
time.
it's an event? Oh my goodness, okay.
Yes, this is an event.
I didn't know it was an event.
If you just click the link in the chat, that really helps us kind of cater the events more towards you and make them better next time. So any feedback that you have for the event will be taken. So thank you so much. If you
Yikes,
could,
an event. So now I'm sweating. So what do you guys? Has anybody been to the tutoring center? Now I asked, is this your first semester here at Stockton?
It's my first semester.
It's your first semester, Mike. Were you someplace else before then?
I was at ACCC and I was in SD for a bit. Now I'm back home.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know. It's good to be home these days.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, I gotta say, I've been really, really proud of the tutors for how they've adjusted to, if you had told me a year ago that everything that was going to happen in 2020, I would have just, you know, been out of here. But it's been okay, and I've been so impressed with all of you, with students, and how resilient and adaptable you've all been. But I think that there's no doubt in my mind that virtual learning is more challenging than in person. And so, you know, reach out to us. And you've made a friend with me. So if you've got questions that you didn't feel were answered, and you don't feel comfortable asking them right now, reach out, because we really do make the difference for a lot of students, not just between, you know, passing and failing like my son, but like, you know, between getting the most out of a course and easing your anxiety. I can't tell you how valuable just that is. And anxiety, I don't know anybody who doesn't have it these days. And, you know, it holds us back from doing the things we need to do. And, you know, I just hope you'll muster the strength to come see us.
Yeah, Pam does not bite. She's definitely a friendly person, as you can see. And this is exactly why I wanted to introduce Pam Cross to you all, because she definitely makes you feel comfortable. And, you know, remember what you're here for most is that degree, right? And the experience alongside the degree. So make sure you take some time to visit the tutoring center.
So I've memorized all of your names. I'm going to look in our log book to make sure you come. That is not true. either of those things. But I would like. I still want to see what Dan looks like. Come on, Dan.
no, that is Dan. Dan is just.
Where? Oh, no, did he leave? Oh no! I don't know. I chased him out. Oh no!
Dan is coming on.
Where is he?
Dan, there's still a black screen.
Oh, Oh, but he took, oh, I'm sorry. That was bad of me.
You took Chris
Oh,
Pratt,
good.
right?
I thought, Dan, I thought like I just, did a bad thing. And you like the Yankees. They didn't make it that far this year, did they? They made it farther than my Mets.
Dan is chatting. I think they're still in it.
Oh, okay.
I do
Yeah.
want to. I
Yeah.
do have a what is that called when you drop in a plug, a shameless plug. That's what it is.
Okay.
So October 8th. That's this Thursday. Erin, would you like to share what you're doing for transfer students?
Yes, so I know, Mike, we have at least one transfer student. So Thursday, the 8th at 12:30 p.m., we are going to be having an event with House of Trust, which is a living learning community for all transfers. And because of the unique situation of this semester, you don't have to live on campus to join the House of Trust. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be introducing our transfer talents, kind of talking about how student transition programs helps transfer students and what we can do for you throughout the semester, and just like making friends with each other and bonding as transfer students. So if you are a transfer student, we would love to have you on Thursday. I'm super excited about this event.
I had no idea I was an event. This is I'm filled with anxiety, but it's okay because I'm in the writing center where your anxiety is decreased.
This is the best event we've ever been to, so you should be proud that this is an event.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know what to
fire.
say to
Put
that.
that in the survey.
I've I'm halfway to nuts. Let me tell you. But, yeah, you guys are great. I hope we get to see you. And whoop, Allison, where can we find the Zoom link to the transfer event? Said Allison.
So if you go on Stockton's, can I share my screen to show?
I think
All right, let me
so.
just,
Check to see if you can share it.
I think, yes, I can. Let me just find the
Okay, perfect.
correct link.
And Pam,
So
whenever
like
there's
searching-
confetti, whenever there's confetti, it's an event. You see the confetti?
So just like searching for the tutoring center, if you go to stockton.edu and type in student transition programs, that will take you to our website. It's the first result that comes up, and go to academic year programs, and then just scroll down. The Zoom link it's the same Zoom link for each event. So if you just find your event, I will build trust with talents and transfers, and click on this little Zoom link and it will take you here.
All right. Sounds good. Good work, everybody.
I was muted. Thank you so much. If we can all give
Oh,
Pam Cross some love.
I need love. I do need love. I do.
There
I
it
do.
is. We giving you love and
So
hugs.
much love. So much love.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to fix my typos, Anna, and send you the PowerPoint.
Sounds good.
The Writing Center coordinator can't have a couple of typos.
Thank you so much, everyone. And
Thank you, everyone.
if you have any questions, Erin, can you post our emails in the chat feature, please? I'm going to stop recording now.